Welcome to the Psychedelic Integration Podcast. I'm Sinclair Fleetwood, a ceremonialist, plant medicine guide, and psychedelic integration coach, and I help soul seekers create lasting transformation so you can get unstuck, embody your power, and be authentic AF, all with plant medicine as your guide. If you're ready to go beyond visuals and get a vision for your life, if you know the end of your ceremony is just the beginning of your expansion, then this show is for you. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome. Hello, family. Welcome to the show. I'm Sinclair Fleetwood. Thank you for being here. I don't know how it's July. We just had our resonance retreat a couple weekends ago. These retreats are so amazing. I wish it was always retreat season. 3 retreats a season. It's just not that many. It's not that many. We only have 3 right now. So we have one more chance, one more opportunity to sit with us this year. Resonance, September 12th to 15th. It is happening. It is on. It is going to be, dare I say, the best one of all. Because every time we have them, they're the best one that's ever happened. That's just how it is. And I know everyone who comes and my entire team would agree with me. Resonance is open. We are retreating. It's 4 days, 4 beautiful, magical, powerful, amazing, spiritually packed days of pure transformation, going deep, letting go, calling in, community, family, connection, being seen, taking such good care of yourself, turning on the vibration of love and letting it percolate out into your life, which is what integration is all about, right? So if you are feeling called to come join us in Asheville, please go to my website, sinclairfleetwood.com. You can learn about how to book a discovery call with me so we can have a chat. I can let you know the details and we can see if it's a good fit. Also, we have some funding, some scholarship funding in our Healing Tiger Scholarship Fund. We have some partial scholarships that we are awarding for this event. If you have been called to this work, but maybe the financial piece has been a challenge for you, it's not something that you could maybe do all the way on your own, go to the website, sinclairfleetwood.com/events, click on the scholarship application. You can learn the requirements and see if you qualify. You would need to, if you're coming from outside of Asheville, you will need to find transportation. Travel is not included, airfare is not included. This would just be for the retreat. It also includes 3 months inside of Nest, my beautiful group membership container. I love Nest. Nest is so awesome, y'all. The stuff that happens in Nest, it's my favorite thing. I'm so grateful for all of the people that are taking good care of themselves and each other inside of this container. So if you want to check out the scholarship opportunity, go to the website, sinclairfleetwood.com/events, see everything there, all the ways to connect with me so that you can see about coming to sit with us in Resonance, and check out Nest. If you're looking for a family vibe to do this work, you want to walk with the wisdom of the medicine with some other people who are also doing the same thing. You want to be seen. You want to have a place where you can be like, this stuff is coming up and I don't know what to do with it. Nest is perfect for you. We meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Zoom. There is a curriculum component so you can learn some stuff. I don't know about you, but I love to learn. That's why I create classes and courses, because I like to teach the stuff that I know. So if you like this podcast and you want to have an integrative, interactive version of this podcast where you get to talk to me every day, basically, check out Nest, sinclairfleetwood.com/Nest. We are deep in retreat season, and that means lots of energy is moving through. Things are being released. New things are coming in. I have been having such a personal up level this year ever since I went to Ecuador. Well, it just never ends, really. It just keeps going. And something that has been really present for me, and I think a lot of people are starting to have this new vision of what healing actually is, right? When most of us arrive to the path of medicine and psychedelics, we are there because we're seeking. We're looking for something outside of us. We are looking for a breakthrough. We are looking for healing. We're looking for health, wellness, vitality. We're looking for relief. We're looking for a way to be in peace, to find satisfaction, to find contentment, to find happiness and joy, because somewhere along the way we lost it, right? We've lost our connection to that. And when we arrive on this path, we bring this paradigm with us, this belief system of I'm going to fix myself. The more that I can do, the better I feel. Seeking comes with a belief that you have something to find outside of you, that you have to do something to feel better, that you have to do something or receive something from someone to heal yourself, and that the medicine is going to heal you because there's something wrong with you. You're inherently broken, you're inherently traumatized. There's something going on in you that's not correct in some way. So there's this vibration of unwellness, of lack, of scarcity, of desperation. I desperately want something that I don't have. And that's where most of us show up to the plant medicine path, is like, it calls you when you are in that place of need, of I really have been watching Harry Potter lately. You know, the room of requirement. So in Harry Potter, there's this room that appears when you need it. It appears in Hogwarts Castle. It's a room that can only be found when you have a specific need, and it will appear to give you exactly what you need. And I love this, because that's how plant medicine is. It's calling people who are ready to receive it and to walk with it and to take it in. And often those people, including me, including you, are coming in with a whole bunch of ideas and understanding and worldview that is not going to be there after the medicine gets a hold of you, right? And they call us because we're malleable, because we're open-minded, because we're open-hearted, and because the medicine wants to have an experience of itself expanding into us, through us. And what has happened to me on the last 7 years of my path with intentional ceremonial medicine work is my worldview has completely changed. I began to see everything as vibrational, as being in alignment or out of alignment, as energy, as a quantum universe, which is science. When you start to see the universe as vibrational, you start to see that all of these ways that we think everything works are false, incorrect, that we are efforting and trying and striving and doing and fixing and solving, and all of these hyper masculine, mental ways of approaching a situation that's going on in our lives. And it's creating all this grief because it doesn't work. It doesn't work when you bring it like that. And a lot of us learn that because we try it over and over and over and over, and it's not working, and it's not working, and it's not working. And then it creates this shame. We feel guilty about resting. We feel like we're not doing enough. If we only tried harder, we feel like we're not healing fast enough, that you have this inner conflict in yourself of like not doing it right. And often psychedelics will amplify this conflict. It will bring it to the surface, because what these medicines do is show you what's in the way. So yes, they are here to heal us, but not in the way that you think. They are here to teach us how to allow our inherent, innate wellness, because we are all well. We are all deeply well, and everything that is keeping us from being well is what needs to go. So it's not this process of doing and forcing and performing and entangling yourself in performance and entangling yourself in achievement and putting all your worth in, am I doing healing right? It's so much bigger and easier and better than that. We have forgotten that we are animals, that we are self-organizing, self-healing, self-directed beings. We are nature. We are animals. We have these big brains, but we also have all of the other things that the animals have. We have instincts. We have intuition. We have inner knowing. We have all these natural processes that our body knows how to do. And our mind has just gotten into the middle of everything that nature is trying to do through us, and kind of mucked up the gears and put a bunch of obstacles in our path, because we are monkeys who like to solve problems. So we create problems for us to solve, because we love the process of creating a problem and then solving it, and creating it and then solving it. And often we don't ever actually solve it. So we just keep creating the same problem over and over, doing a little bit to solve it, feeling a little bit better, recreating the problem. And then we stay stuck in this cycle. And that's why we think that there's something broken about us. That's why we think that there's something that has to be fixed. That's why we're looking for literally anything outside of us to tell us, like, what's wrong with me? Help me, help me because I can't see what's wrong with me. All of these things are beliefs. You believe there's something wrong with you. You believe you're not part of nature. You believe your body is broken and it doesn't know what to do. You believe that you have to achieve to have worth, that you need accolades and approval and validation outside of yourself. Learning to allow your wellness is trusting the intelligence of nature. It is learning to listen to the song of the earth that is humming and singing through your own cells inside of your body. All of this magic that is happening inside of the body with the microbiome and the processes that the body is just able to do without us thinking about it. It's full trust. It's full trust. So what I want to help you do in this episode is to redefine your definition of wellness as resonance, as coherence, as alignment, and to trust more deeply in the intelligence of the body, of the intelligence of sacred timing, of spirit, of really trusting life. And I've been saying this a lot this year, this letting go of the need to do and like letting the pressure off to do, to achieve and do, and like, I got to hit these benchmarks, and this is what healing looks like. And if I don't fit into this very small container of what I think healing looks like, then I'm not healing and I'm failing. And shaming yourself and rejecting yourself and judging yourself when you're not doing it, quote unquote, as you should be doing it right? So your vibration and understanding your own energy and understanding how your feelings are reflecting that energy to you are the way to soften, getting a relationship with what's inside, right? So in the culture of wellness and, spiritual healing and mysticism and the path of like coming back online to these ways that we have not been connected to for generations, a few generations, even inside of psychedelic spaces, there is a persistent illusion that you have to earn your healing and your wellness, that you have to do challenges and steps, and that you're only worthy of love and healing and success and abundance and peace and vitality once you have sat in enough ceremonies, done enough fasting, done enough vision quests, done enough journaling, been to therapy for 10 years, whatever. Like there is an achievement-based undercurrent that runs through the healing culture. It's an industry, really. Let's call it what it is. It's the healing industry, because ultimately all we're doing in this time is putting different faces on capitalism. It's like now healing and spirituality is capitalism. That's fine. We live in capitalism. We can witness capitalism. We can see capitalism. We can see the ways that it's extractive and the ways that it's harming us. And we can also accept that we are participating in it. This is the system that is present, and it's here to teach us. It's here to invite us to look at it and the ways that we are able to shift inside of it. You can have conscious capitalism, but the first step into being a conscious consumer, being not a consumer, but like a human fucking being. Like, you're a human being. You're not a transactional, extractive being. You're in a circle of life with nature, right? And a lot of us are coming into this spiritual path with this, chip on our shoulders of like, I'm not really here to receive. I need to earn my way here, and I need to prove I'm worthy of receiving. And I think that is why so many people are jumping right into service. As soon as they meet the medicine, it's like within 6 months to a year, you've got so many people that are like, I'm going to do this for a living. There's a deep well of unworthiness underneath of like, I need to do more. I need to be in service. I had this too. It really activates this part of us that wants community, that feels disconnected, that feels isolated. And we think that the way to to get that is to turn it into a job and to turn it into a career, because we have such fucked up definitions of our own identity. We are so wrapped up in the identity of who you are is what you do. That is one thing that we have to break down with the medicine. You cannot allow your wellness if your identity is what you're achieving and who you're serving and how you're spending your hours to earn money is what you base your worth on. We're doing all this inner work, but people are still unwell. They're working so hard and they're out of sync. They don't feel good. They're not there yet. They're doing all the modalities. They're doing all the practices. They're checking all the boxes. And they're not feeling self-compassion. You're not feeling good about what you're doing. You feel like a failure because you're like, well, I'm meditating and I'm taking medicine and I'm going to sound healings and I'm doing yoga. Why do I feel like shit? Because you are striving in a way to try to do enough things. If you do all the things, then you receive the prize. And what I'm telling you is that's not how it works. Yeah. So when you take this spiritual devotion to yourself and make it a form of self-denial, of, just adding more and more and more and doing more and reading more books and doing more research and pushing harder, and I'm going to get a certification and now I'm going to become a professional in this area, what I would recommend is slow down, because there is no way to get it right, because there is no right, because the belief system that tells you that there's a right way and a wrong way is flawed. We are looking at everything as black and white, and everything is a spectrum. There's white on one end and black on one end, and then every color in between. That is how everything is. Everything is polarity, masculine and feminine, and everything in between, light and dark, and everything in between. And we have fallen so out of balance into this hyper masculinized, like linear way of existing. We've completely cut ourselves off from the feminine, from the flow, from creativity, from understanding things in a process-based way of thinking, like, oh, I'm in the process, I am healing. It's more like opening and closing like this, rather than here's a straight line, you take a medicine, now you're healed. Even talking about it is difficult for people because the way that our brains have been trained to use language is incredibly masculine. And language is actually very limiting. Language is only one piece. When you hear language, you're hearing the intonation, you're hearing the tone, you're feeling and receiving a vibration of energy. So I'm using words, but I'm also sending energy. I'm also sending understanding. I'm also sending embodied vision and knowing. And we don't even know any of that exists because we've cut everything down to like, there's no vibration, there's no spirit. It's just do or don't do, or do it and you fail, or you failed if you don't do it. Like it's taking all of the detail and the texture and the power and the beauty out of everything. So when we look at ourselves, like, I would feel better if I just got it right. You are activated in a belief system that's rooted in control, that's rooted in efforting, that's rooted in striving. And this energy of efforting, controlling, and striving, trying really hard, overachieving, people pleasing, perfectionism, all of these things that I always talk about on this show, they all share a frequency, an energy. And that energy is lack. That energy is not good enough. That energy is, I don't trust, I don't believe, I don't have something that everyone else has, comparison. I need to feel different. I want to feel different. I am aching for difference. I'm aching for something else. This energy of lack is the energy of unwellness. It's the opposite of abundance. It's the opposite of wealth. It's the opposite of health. It's the opposite of healing and wellness. I don't even like the word healing anymore, because I don't believe that you have to do something to heal. The body is always healing because its natural state is to be well. There is a process by which the body returns to wellness, but it's not doing anything. It's just allowing itself to naturally return to its well state. And I've been watching this in my own life because I have this broken toe, and it's been, some weeks now, and it's still in this process, but I know 100% that it will be returned to its, previous glory, even stronger actually, because now it's like got a special strong spot in that toe. So I want you to really feel what I'm talking about. Imagine something that you want really, really badly, like something that maybe you've wanted it for a really long time and it hasn't arrived. It's not here yet. Something that gives you some anxiety, some like difficult feelings because it's not arrived. Feel into that for a moment. Just take a moment and kind of feel into the energy of what that feels like. I will describe what it feels like for me when I think of something like that. It feels like fear. It feels like unworthiness. It feels like fear that it's never going to come. There's a whole bunch of, but how, but how, but how, greedy for how. It feels impatient. It feels disconnected from flow. It feels disconnected from rhythm. It feels afraid to rest. It feels urgent, and it feels extractive, and it feels like I need to put all of my resources and attention on this particular not having thing, this problem, so I can fix it fast because this feels bad. All this energy that you're feeling around is lack, right? It's the shadow. It's the shadow. That's all it is. It's the shadow, it's fear, it's lack. It's really the way that we feel that we use to motivate ourselves, because in the toxic expression of masculinity, that is what we're using for fuel. We're reaching deep down into our own darkness and using it for fuel. We're using fuel, we're creating fuel out of our own repressed emotions, out of our own fears of not being good enough and not worthy. We're over efforting because we don't believe that there's a benevolent universe that's always providing for us. We don't believe ask and it is given. We don't believe that everything is always working out for me. So it's really a felt sensation in the body that is the fear of abandonment, the fear of separation, the fear of, separation from God, the fear of death. It's like all of this stuff that is there, this program that runs on a belief system that is, we do not believe that wellness is innate. We believe that we have to force wellness. We believe that we're born broken because advertising has been telling us that we're broken for our entire lives. We've been told the world is broken, you're broken, human beings are terrible, we are breaking the earth, everything is fucked, right? And most of us who are working on medicine and working with medicine and on this path are very sensitive. We're highly sensitive, highly attuned, energetic, vibrational beings. Everyone is. But if you are working with plant medicine, you are specifically being called because your attunement is you're open, you're ready. You are ready to believe something else. Energy that we vibrate in all the time of fear and lack, I want this thing so bad. You are vibrating in the energy of not having it. It feels bad in your body. That's how you know that that's not really where you want to be. And that is what we have to stop putting our attention on to allow our wellness, right? Our wellness is inherent. It's given. We are healthy, well, vibrant, vital humans. We are all well. We come in well. Our DNA knows what to do. Our cells know what to do. They want to be well. And the reason that they're not expressing as well is because of the thoughts that we're thinking, the belief system that we have, and the actions that we are creating out of these thoughts and beliefs that are making problems and telling us we need to solve them. And we're just like living in this maze of the mind that's constantly telling us, you need to do something more. You've got to do more. If you don't do more, this is never going to go away. And then we're just over efforting and trying to force wellness into being, when what we have to do to receive the wellness is become a receiver, to rest, to take a beat, take a breath, take a pause. Except that you were exhausted of doing it like this. I know that you are. I know that you're exhausted because it's fucking exhausting. There is no one here listening to this who enjoys this. Nobody. You may think you enjoy it. You may have enough caffeine and coffee and stimulants to think that you enjoy it. You do not enjoy it. Nobody likes endlessly trying to fix themselves. It's exhausting. It's exhausting to be in the grief of feeling like you need healing all the time. that healing is somewhere out of reach, that you have to keep doing more and there's more work, and not being present with what's already here, with the peace that you already have, with the gratitude that you already have, with all of the good things that are right here that you already have that you're just not paying attention to. We are so afraid if we stop working on ourselves that we're going to stagnate, we're going to regress, we're going to lose the consciousness that we've gained. You can't lose it. You cannot lose it. When you get something in you, it's in you, it's in your cells, it's in your DNA. You have turned something on. It can't be turned off. You can't take light out. It's not possible. There's so much shame around not feeling better. Doing all this stuff, investing money, investing time, whatever, putting all this into your healing and not feeling better. And then you feel ashamed. You feel like a failure and you feel like you're doing it wrong. And I have spent 141 episodes on this show prior to this one talking about the different ways that we go through healing and really being in the descent and being in the shadow and looking at all the different ways that we express when we're in the healing process. And it has been such a fascinating, beautiful journey to explore all of this shadow and all of this nuance and all of this texture inside of the shadows and inside of it. And I truly 100% believe that we need to do that. We need to go into our shadows. We have to know them deeply. We need to truly feel the feelings that arise in us. We can't bypass this part. It's part of it. For me, it took 7 years and 5 years of making podcasts about it. And like, that's how much exploring I personally needed to do of these shadow places in ourselves. Over the last several months, and especially in this last retreat that we did, I saw very clearly, we'd been talking a lot about the metaphor of the butterfly. So I used to think that butterflies just grew wings. It's like a caterpillar that gets wings. It goes into a cocoon. It puts on some fairy wings and comes out and like, oh, I'm a butterfly. That is not what happens. This caterpillar disintegrates into goo, into nothing. It completely dissolves into like literal like life goo. It's like the water of life. It just turns, it completely dies as its previous self, and it turns into goo. And at this past retreat, we were talking a lot about being in the goo phase because we were having people come with these like really big realizations of like, I am living a life I don't want. I have to quit my job that I've had for 10 years or 20 years or whatever. Like I have to do big goo stuff, And I work with a lot of people who are in the goo phase, and the goo phase is terrifying sometimes. It's like, once you're like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to be. I'm not a caterpillar anymore. That is a huge realization that the medicine can help you come to in yourself. It's a big deal to come to these understandings and this new consciousness, and to have people around you that are like, yeah, I've been in the goo. I've been in the goo for a while. I know what's up. Like, good. Earth is kind of in a goo phase. We're being called collectively to keep going, to keep exploring. And we are in a really big time of needing to make changes. And it can be really challenging, right? And there comes a point in the goo, and I realized this in a sweat lodge just a few days ago, where you have to decide that you're a butterfly before you're ready, before all the goo has been gooed. Let me tell you something about goo. There is endless goo. If you want to be in the goo forever, you can be. You can always find something else to heal. You can always find another thing to work on. Someone was saying in the retreat, like, healing is like an onion and you're peeling back the layers. And I used to think about it like that. And I do think that we are always going deeper and deeper and deeper into ourselves, right? And into different parts of ourselves. But I don't believe that there's an endless, like, infinite layers of onions to have to fix. And it's not because that's not there, because it is there. If you decide that it's there and you believe that it's there, it will always be there. But what I realized in this sweat lodge is you have to decide that you're the butterfly before you're ready, because the butterfly, when it's time for the butterfly to be the butterfly, it's no longer goo. It's recombobulated. It's redesigned itself as a butterfly and it still has a little bit left to go. So it has to get out of the cocoon, and it has to struggle to get out. And that struggle is built in, because if it doesn't have that, its wings will not be strong enough and it cannot fly. If someone comes and slices that cocoon open and is like, oh, this butterfly is stuck, let me help it out, it can't get out. It has to have the ascent to free itself. And then it's the butterfly. And then, more adventures happen, right? This drive to fix yourself is an invitation. And it's an invitation that comes when you're exhausted, when you have been in the goo for so long that you've forgotten that there's another thing. It's just goo all the time. This exhaustion, this going, you can say all kinds of metaphors, going to the bottom of the cave, finding the treasure at the bottom of the cave, like going all the way down into your compulsion and taking medicine, and the medicine showing you you're compulsively striving, you have people pleasing, you're perfectionisming all over the place, like really being able to see yourself, to witness yourself outside of yourself. It's a mirror. The goo is a mirror to show you this pattern of disconnection from yourself, disconnection from trust, disconnection from spirit. This thing that is inherently your lifeblood. It's your birthright. You were born. You are indigenous to the earth. You are nature. You are nature. And when you realize this, that this trust is inherent, that your wellness is inherent, that everything is vibration, that everything that you thought about how to do all of this stuff is actually just one part of it. Like you are graduating into a new expression, right? You're collapsing timelines, like however you want to say it. There's so many fun metaphors. I want to say them all. I really like I'm really vibing with the collapsing timelines thing right now. Like, it's like, you can feel it. It's just like you come to an awareness of something and everything that's not that, smack, like it's not available anymore because now you've moved to this new one. It's pretty badass when you are able to touch into this is a quantum meat suit, my partner always says, that we're in. And when you recognize that and you see how everything is vibration and you start feeling and thinking in alignment with your heart and what you know to be true, even though everything outside of you is telling you something else, you are attuned inside your heart. Man, look out, because nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you from doing anything, being anything, having anything, whatever you need, whatever you want. It awakens the ancient memory of what it really means to be human. It is an awakening. It's like the second awakening, right? It's like the first one was, oh my God, there's another way. And then we spent all this time taking medicine and being on the path and doing healing the way that we did everything, which was, I'm going to try really fucking hard. And then we kind of start to see it in a different way. And that is where I am arriving in this moment. And I'm inviting you to join me because it takes healing to a new level. It's healing is a doing. We're allowing. We are vibrating. We are resonating with what is already here. And our only work is to remove what does not flow in that field, in that connected space of truth inside of you. These plant medicines do not come in and force you to do anything. They are teaching you to remember. They are helping you remember. I think of them as coming in and like activating the ancient parts of me that have been dormant, that turning on genes in my DNA. And like, you can feel this, especially with ayahuasca and with mushroom, well, with all of them, they all vibrate in a different way, right? But they're coming in and they're waking your cells up, and they're waking up your DNA, and they're waking you up to true understanding that everything is vibration. Everything is energy. And that's all we have to work on is energy. That's it. And that doesn't mean you're going to magically not be a human anymore and you're going to be like, well, everything's vibration, so I'm healed now. And like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you become attuned to a different way of thinking about it, and to look at beliefs in yourself to see, where am I striving? Like, where am I out of balance, out of harmony, out of alignment? We talk about alignment all the time. That's a big word in the spiritual world, right? Alignment. What does that even mean? Alignment means resonance. It means coherence. It means what's going on inside matches what's going on outside. So you're not hiding, you're not masking, you're open, your chakras are open, your energies are open, your heart and your mind and your spirit and your body are all working together. You're not directing any like negativity at yourself. You're not shaming yourself. When something arises that's uncomfortable, you're feeling it in the moment that it arises. That's alignment. When you can be fully present. Alignment is presence. It's being really attentive to what is happening in this moment. Because everything else that's not presence is just a mind. It's just a bunch of neurons firing in the mind, creating a story that we're running around like an obstacle course that we just repeat, And that's why these medicines come in and they give us an altered state. They're pattern disruptors. They stop these processes that are happening in the mind, and they force you into feeling, and they force you into the body, and they force you because you invited them to force you, because you decided to take them, and they come big, right? They come with power. And sometimes that power is very subtle, like with San Pedro. San Pedro is one of the most magical healing plant medicines on earth. And it is also one of the most subtle. It is not forceful. It is gentle. And it makes you look at yourself because you asked it to. It's not doing something to you. You are co-creating an experience that you asked for, and it comes in and it knows exactly how to give it to you in whatever way that you need. That's what these medicines are doing. We think of them as coming in and like doing something to us, which is a reflection of our belief system. What we're doing is partnering with them. We're in partnership. We're collaborating with them. They're our allies. They are our teachers. They're our guides. And they come in and they are inviting us to become coherent. And they're inviting us to release and shake off anything that does not match the resonance of love and peace and joy and wellness that we have inside of our hearts. So the way that we become well is to allow ourselves to already be well, to change your belief system, to reorient yourself inward, to turn your awareness inward. And instead of asking, what do I need to do to feel better? We're unfolding these compartments and opening all of the doors and opening all the windows inside and asking yourself instead, how do I feel right now? What would feel good right now? What am I like? What is my frequency right now? Where do I need to calibrate to? And thinking about yourself and your relationship with yourself in more energetic terms rather than this dumb body doesn't know shit. I need to tell it what to do, and I need to force it what to do, and I need to discipline it. And I'm going to fight with it, and I have all these ideas about how it should be and it's not behaving that way. That's not a conscious relationship. That is struggle and striving and fighting and resistance. Your healing, your natural healing and your natural wellness will arise when you start listening instead of forcing and doing and putting your will on your body. Your body is trying to tell you exactly what it needs. And doing it like this takes time. It takes patience, right? Discomfort is going to arise in so many ways. When you start really paying attention to your energy and being present with yourself, you are going to be very uncomfortable. It is an uncomfortable process, sitting with discomfort, building your capacity to sit with discomfort and not trying to solve it, not judging yourself for it, not rejecting yourself for it, not shaming yourself for it, finding softness and compassion. Okay, this is here. I really, really, really don't like this. This is really hard. I don't like it. You might get lost in a spiral of not liking it. You might be sad. You might be upset. You might have days like that. That's normal. That's okay. What you know 100% is there is a sacred fire inside of you, a sacred fire of life. It's in everything. Everything has this fire. We all have this light in us. And our only job is to take care of this fire in ourselves. You can put your hand on your heart. And even if you're having a hard moment, even if you're having one of the hardest days you've had, even if things feel really overwhelming and difficult and painful and sucky and you hate everything and you're mad at your body and you're mad at your life and you hate everything and your bank account is $0, whatever it is, just breathe. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? What is the energy around what am I feeling? So check in, feel in your body. Maybe you feel some tightness. Maybe you feel some stuckness. Soften. Let your belly be loose. Let your shoulders drop. Just taking these moments to be present with what's here. Doing a scan. Okay, what's going on in my mind right now? What's going on in my body right now? What am I thinking about? What belief is activated in me? There's so many questions you can ask, right? What frequency are you tuning to? Like, where do you want to be tuned? If you're mad at yourself and you're upset with yourself, sit with it instead of trying to change it. Our number one problem with like why it takes so long to heal and why we get stuck in places that feel like they won't heal is because we are trying to solve it instead of feel it. We are just trying to fix it. We want it to go away. We want a solution. We're exhausted. Instead of just being sweet and soft and holding it and being like, this is here. This is here. And it's okay that this is here. This may always be here. Can you sit with that? This may always be here. There's something going on that you really don't like. I'll use an example from my own life. When I have chronic pain symptoms that flare up, there's some specific ones that I find really difficult to endure at times. And one of them has been popping itself around for over a year, like this agitation, this like waking up feeling really activated feeling. And I've been working with it in all these different ways for a long time. And I realized very recently, like, the one thing that I have not tried is not doing anything with it. Like being like, oh, hey, hello, you're here. Like, thanks for being here. I know you're trying to protect me. Can I be in this feeling of pain, of discomfort without trying to fix it? Can I go all the way into it and let it be there and let it be there and not want to change it? And that's really challenging, not wanting to change it, like knowing that your wellness has to be allowed. And there's this like paradox of, if I could just stop wanting to be well, if I could just stop vibrating in the not having, if I could just stop being angry and like in conflict with whatever is coming up in me, whether it's pain or symptoms or a diagnosis or a relationship issue or something going on at your job, it's like we have these energies that come in us and we fight them. We've got a sword and we're like fighting it. And what I invited myself to do this last few weeks is like, I'm not going to fight with you. I put the sword down. And sometimes that looks like me screaming at it, I will not fight with you. Because that's all I have that day, you know? And sometimes those days, they feel really discouraging because you're like, shouldn't I be over this by now? Blah, blah, blah. Like, why is this still here? And it's here because it's not done. It's not done showing you. It's not done teaching you. You haven't gotten whatever it is that it came to give you all the way yet. When you think about it like that, it softens it, you know? And do we want to be in pain forever? No. But what I really don't want to be is in pain and fearful of the pain. I don't want to be experiencing pain and be mad at the pain at the same time. I want to just have the capacity to be like, here's the thing. My body makes symptoms. That's what it does. I don't know why it's like that, but that's how it is. And the more I try to fight with myself about that, the longer it goes on and the less resolution I get and the more strong it gets because I'm giving all my attention to it. It's like, here's this thing. I'm going to make you miserable. I'm going to make you mad. You're going to fight with me. And the brain loves to fight. My brain wants to fight. It will fight you. Fight me. Like my brain, that's how it is. I've been a warrior my whole life. So I'm working on giving this warrior inside to a new job, being a warrior of joy, a warrior of bliss, a warrior of like, no worries. It's fine. You know, like a warrior of indifference to whatever's going on because I know it will pass. It always does. And I can wake up having a hard time and I can be in a great mood 10 minutes later. It's no worries. But sometimes when we're in the moment, we get stuck and it feels really hard and we just want to get away from it. But the only way out is through. We have to completely surrender to whatever it is and accept, like radical acceptance. This is here. It may always be here. I'm going to enjoy my life anyway. I'm going to sing anyway. I am going to live in beauty anyway. And when you do that, it loses all of its power over you. It's no longer a thing that needs to be solved or fought, and it loses its purpose, and it will fade away. And it may not fade away in the next day or two. It may take some weeks or some months, but it will lose its power, and it will lose its strength, and it will go away. And so how we practice being in these spaces is just being present and remembering, okay, I'm a vibrational being. I like to hum. I've been humming and singing. I like to make vibration in my body to remember that I'm vibrational. And I listen to, different tones and like binaural beats and things that calm the brain and like help me just be in myself in the moment. Sitting outside, sitting on the earth, putting your feet in the grass, saying to yourself, I allow my wellness. I am allowing my wellness. I am living in my most well body ever. I am living in a happy, healthy, well body. Whatever those affirmations are for you. And honoring yourself when you need to rest and not shaming yourself for resting and taking time and taking space and taking moments and breaths and pauses and enjoying what is in front of you instead of being activated in a problem that needs your solving. Knowing when you go into spaces where you're receiving healing, you're receiving vibration from other people who are trying to help you and support you, that it's not a checklist for you to like, I need to set intentions, and if I don't get these intentions exactly how I expect, then it's not working. We're planting a garden. And every time you sit with medicine, every time you sit in a sound healing, every time you study the gene keys, every time you receive a transmission in a podcast, everything that you're doing is for the benefit of your wellness, of allowing your wellness. It's to take in the energy of these things to allow your wellness vibration to come out. It's not a thing that you need to check off to like solve. It's a seed that you're planting in yourself. And seeds take time. They take time. We put water, we give them water, we tend to them, we wait, we become patient, Our best outcome with coming into a new belief system about healing and vibration and turning seeking into receiving. Instead of looking out, becoming receptive and opening and allowing spirit to drop in whatever is needed and trusting that that's always how it is. You're not chasing healing. You're not following healing. You're not looking for healing. You are in the vibration of wellness. And that means your body is healing naturally all the time. Your heart is healing naturally all the time because that's where you live. You live in the vibration of wellness and vitality and love and joy and peace and happiness. And then your nervous system is going to calm down and it's going to stop being hypervigilant and it's going to stop looking everywhere and it's going to rest in peace and calm and contentment and gratitude. And life will start to feel easier and good things will come to you and more ease will flow. And you'll create your own flow, your own rhythm, and your own sort of sphere of wellness. And everyone who runs into you in any way will receive that. It will spread to them and it will keep going like that until before you know it, the entire world will be different just because you took some plant medicine and learned how to vibrate in yourself, right? If you're ready to honor your rhythm, to put some serious time and energy into becoming receptive, come walk with me. I would be honored to walk on this path with you. I have 3 ways to connect with me. One-to-one private coaching, Nest, my group membership program, where we meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m., and resonance retreats, which we have one more, September 12th to 15th. If you would like to have a guide, Sherpa, a spiritual Sherpa, to start learning how to live inside of this healed frequency. Not something out in front of you, I need to get the healing, it's out here, but to realize and remember that you are already healed and to allow it, I would love to support you. You can find out more on my website, sinclairfleetwood.com. You can click on work with me, book a call, let's talk about it. It's time for you to let your healing land. We don't need to be in the goo anymore. If you're in the goo, no judgment, stay in the goo. There's 141 episodes about goo and exploring the goo. Please goo up if you need that. But if you're ready to move into a new expression, let me know. Thanks for being here. See you next time.